What if we, the people, really controlled the government? What's up, everybody? Welcome aboard to Bubba's Bottom Line. It is Sunday, July the 3rd, and happy Independence Day, and hopefully you'll remember, and we'll go in our commentary, why we are free and why we, the people, should be running the government, because certainly the administration in power today does not want that. Okay. In fact, President Trump had signed an executive order back when he was in office to give the power back to the people. And as soon as that was one of Biden's first executive order overturns, was to take the power once away back from the people. But if you remember, or if you read, nobody obviously remembers, but if you read in our Constitution how government is supposed to work, it is supposed to work from city to state, actually city, county, state. Okay, and then of course the federal government is an overseer. They are not supposed to have the ultimate power, nor be the world's largest employer. Okay, they are supposed to be overseeing, not making a career of ripping off the American people. Okay, and this goes for either party. Okay, because both Republicans and Democrats alike screw the middle class, because we are the ones that pay the taxes for all their bad decisions and all their shady and Shylock deals that are done, as they call it, the sausage making. Okay. But wouldn't it be nice to return to power of the people? Okay. And if our votes actually counted for something. Okay. That should be something we should strive for. Of course, the current administration, back to those jagoffs. Okay. AOC accuses the Supreme Court of holding a coup, okay, and says we should abolish the Supreme Court. Okay. So let's get rid of another branch of government. You know, we are supposed to have checks and balances. And you may agree or disagree with any decision that is made, but we are supposed to have somebody always watching the middle class's back. And unfortunately, we don't have much of that anymore either. And this is just more of our lives slip sliding away as we continue to give up, the ability to manage and control our own government. Again, I think that the ignorance and insufferable arrogance of the constantly wrong, okay, and the defending horrible policies, the creation of the destruction of America, the wanting to go to the Great Reset. What better weekend to talk about that than, of course, right before July 4th, the Independence Day of the war that was fought that made us the country that we are. Okay. Certainly, as we go back in history, and this is not the only administration to cause destruction to the middle class and to the people, right? But this is by far the worst, and by far has the greatest desire to destroy the American people. Okay. We continue to hear excuse after excuse. And of course, now they're talking about recession. We talked about recession months ago, okay, that we were in it already, and then a case could be made. But of course, by the crappy metrics that our ignorant economists need, okay, now that we're going to have 2 quarters back to back of negative growth, and in other words, 2 GDP numbers, they're now saying that we're in a recession. Oh, well, really? Didn't we know that already? Okay. Didn't we know that by the rising interest rates that now, if you want to buy a new home in Las Vegas, for example, because obviously, let's say they're a year out, that you have to be able to qualify for a 7.5% mortgage, right? So those low mortgage rates that everybody was banking on with the selling of your homes, and of course you're making so much money on the sale, but remember you had to go buy something, so it wasn't like you were really making money. It was an artificial trip. But at the end of the day, now, of course, high mortgage rates means the monthly payment's more, means we can afford less, means if you want to sell your house, you're selling it for less. Okay. But, of course, the manufacturing, the ISM number, which is truly the only number that I have any respect for. ISM is a private number that is done by a private organization, which is not governmentally controlled. Okay. They say our manufacturing is down once again. And is it a surprise? This administration is trying to get away from all manufacturing, just as we've gotten away from the oil drilling. And as the world needs oil, and as we continue to command a big demand for oil, again, fossil fuels are in about 80% of your life, and they're not going away because we are not prepared or ready for it. But yet, the current administration does not want to drill oil. They do not want to get natural gas. They want to continue to make the middle class suffer by paying ridiculous rates, which adds directly to the bottom line of inflation, which concurrently then adds to the pressure, okay, and is going to lead to layoffs of the few people that work. We already know that there is a big percentage of people that are still on the company payroll, so to speak, on the middle class's dollar. All right. But we've got a big potential. Zuckerberg, the jackass from Meta, now no longer Facebook, is warning of layoffs coming. Netflix has already done a bunch of laying off, and it's only just beginning. To the carpenters, we've only just begun, because there is no real hope in sight with the organization and the administration that is currently in power, that is purposely trying to destroy everything from gun control. Okay, which again, you may be in favor of gun control, you may not. Okay, you may be a believer in the Second Amendment, you may not. But remember this, criminals will always get the guns. Okay, so who are you fighting against? You're fighting against yourself. The criminals are getting the guns. The criminals are coming into your house if they want with their guns. And if you are somebody who wants to own a gun and you can't, how are you going to defend yourself? Okay. The right to bear arms, it's in the Second Amendment. And again, criminals will always get what they want. So we can talk about how violent and how bad guns are. They're not, because the people that legally own them are not the people that we're concerned about. Okay. But, I think, when we look at what's going on, and of course, the inflation, the Fed, the ignorance of the triple whammy of the Federal Reserve. I mean, look, they're so far behind on the inflation curve. They should have been raising rates for 10 years. Okay. They have not. So, and this is the first time that I can remember in history that they are pushing rates much higher into a recession. Okay. They are nothing if not consistent, because we have said this from day one, that the Fed would fuck it up. And here we are. Okay. They are once again going to destruct what has been nothing to begin with, because again, remember, were the markets flying higher at this point because of the money supply or because the companies were stronger? And of course, we know it's the money supply. It was not the strong economy, because we have not been strong since the day that this administration took power. Okay. And you can see by the war in Ukraine and Russia, which I would argue that would never have happened if President Trump were in office, okay, to the other problems in the world. And of course, China gathering and having the time of their lives, gaining more power with every day. Okay. And of course, now what's happening? Our pilots and workers in the airline industry are holding out for more money. So you've seen this weekend already over 8,000 flights delayed. Okay. Which is more of a battle for money than anything else. All right. And, when you see that, we can't get help and you've got overworked people that are now holding out for more money in an industry that is in severe trouble. The airline industry itself is in big trouble. You know that they've reduced the number of flights that are in the air because, of course, we don't have as much business travel anymore. And this is why the hotel industry is not coming back either. So you have ridiculously high fuel costs, right, and less flights to make it up on. And now you have your pilots holding you up, because they've got you by as they say, the you-know-whats, right? And they're going to really stick it here. And of course, this has been going on for the past couple of weeks, but really is being shown very hard into a holiday weekend, one of the busiest travel weekends of the year, which is why I had to fly back early because I don't want to get stuck. I figured this was going to happen. All right. But, we've got an upcoming food shortage. Okay, you've got Russia. Now, if you want to buy grains from Russia, who is one of the world's largest exporters, okay, certainly of wheat, they want rubles. They want rubles for grains. All right. Now, again, you can look at the ruble. It's one of the best performing currencies. Okay. Even though you have the rhetoric of so-called default by Russia, Russia is defaulted on nothing. Russia is thriving throughout all this because, again, they hold some cards. They hold some trump cards. All right. And we can look at or say anything we want. Okay. But at the end of the day, they are controlling this narrative because our leadership is too weak, because our leadership is too dumb, because our leadership wants to become a socialist nation and create the Great Reset. Okay. So we can talk about things all we want, but we've got problems that are developing. And of course, I don't know if I mentioned, but I'm going to mention it again anyways. Rents are going through the roof. Okay. So now you won't be able to afford a house. And of course, now the rents are going through the roof. And this is the ongoing battle that goes on over and over and over again. Okay. You can't get a mortgage. You don't have the down payment. Right? And of course, you've got the rents that are going to be high. Where are you going to live? In the streets? Certainly, California is going full on socialism by subsidizing gas purchases, and they're going to start to issue cards for like $1,000 for gas to millions of citizens. All right. I mean, this is almost laughable, because it's all for naught. It's all for no reason. And you're going to have, there's a good chance you might see some rationing going on, which again is not something that is certainly directly away from the free market system. Okay. So we've got problems everywhere. And unfortunately, our leadership is fanning the flames of this fire, of these issues and these problems, because they have no regard for what we stand for, the United States of America. They do not want to see power to the people. They want power to the government. They want power to stay in office for way too long. Okay. They want to continue to be able to create their hidden wages through horrible deals that destruct America from underneath, okay, from the underbelly, by passing on and creating more debt for future generations, which they will never be able to bail themselves out of. This is Bubba's Bottom Line. It is Sunday, July the 3rd. And of course, we're going to step out of here for a break. We'll be right back with our market commentary as we get ready to go into the second quarter. Anyways, we'll be right back with Bubba's Bottom Line. What's up, kids? What's going on? Well, we are in the second quarter. And of course, we've got some great sponsors, which I hope you at least check them out. Again, you go where you want. I want you to be fully, I'm a guy who believes in freedom. You're free to choose, free to do what you want. But I do have some great places for you. And of course, I do have other brokers to give you full disclosure. But, who I prefer for our commodities, letter of direction, and futures markets, there is nobody like Capital Trading Group. Okay, CTG we call them. We're partnership with them on a deal of our day trader's dream. And why? Because they are by far one of the best in the business with customer service. They're fairly priced. They've got some great products of their own. They do all of our letter of direction trading because they do it correctly. So I have to really show them the respect that they're due because they do take care of my members, their clients, and I could never ask for more. And certainly that's why they have all of my accounts except for one. Okay. Check them out. info.capitaltradinggroup.com/Bubba. That's info.capitaltradinggroup.com/Bubba. If I'm talking too fast, you can see them scrolling on the bottom or on the side. And of course, our other brokerage partner for equities and options, Tradier. I mean, first of all, how do you beat $10 a month? Okay. That's what I want you to figure out. How do you beat that $10 a month? Okay. And you don't, right? You don't beat $10 a month and flat. You're saving a fortune. Okay. And especially in these high inflationary times, number one. Number two, we have the ability to auto trade our portfolios, and our equity portfolios are at no charge for auto trading. Okay. Our hedging, there's a licensing fee for the software. There is no extra required charge from Tradier. They're going to have cryptos pretty soon, which you'll be able to trade in your account. Check them out. That's try.tradier.com/Bubba. That's try.tradier.com/Bubba. And of course, don't forget about our high school program at Patreon, patreon.com/Bubba Trading. That's patreon.com/Bubba Trading. In the meantime, let's get back to Bubba's Bottom Line on this Sunday, July 3rd, and get to our market report. Welcome back. This is Bubba's Bottom Line. It is Sunday, July the 3rd, and of course, a lot of people give fireworks tonight. The market's already seeing some fireworks, and of course, what a week it was. After the rally we had the previous week, and of course, this is what we expected. It is no surprise. Now, this is going to be a short week coming up. Obviously, markets they're open tonight, and they're open tomorrow till noon or 1 o'clock Eastern. Okay, because I guess it's for worldwide accommodation. But they're closed to the floors would be closed, so they're open what they would call on Globex. Okay, but you won't be trading. We won't be trading, but the markets could be moving one way or the other. And again, it's very thin, so we'll see probably some kind of action. But as we look at markets in general, I think that you're going to remember, okay, that the trend is your friend, as they say, and I think you just have to be prepared. And as we look at the major indexes, which we remain short across the board, and as I warned last week, and I said the rally was to be sold, okay, the rally was sold, and it was sold pretty hard. And there's still a lot more room to go downside. We remain short the S&P, Dow, NASDAQ, and Russell, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. We are far away from a potential change. I don't think anything's going to drive the markets into that position. Okay. So I think you understand that the trend is down, and that's what you have to be playing. And of course, and that's the opposite of what we see in the dollar. Now, the dollar is a piece of crap index to begin with. The currency markets, the fiat currency system is garbage to begin with. It's a fraudulent market that has no value. Okay. We do trade it, but it continued to steal the value out of it. In the meantime, the dollars are spiking higher for many, many reasons. We remain long dollars. We remain short euro currency, which in my opinion is going under par and going to 88 cents before it's all said and done. Bitcoin is continuing to stay under pressure. There doesn't seem to be any relief in sight. for the crypto. We're still believers. It has not shaken our belief in cryptocurrencies, but certainly you can see that there's some massive pressure, which we are still short. Gold, we were long coming in. Now tonight, either by Tuesday, we will be short gold. Okay. Now it depends on, if you're using Capital Trading Group, it won't be till Tuesday. If you're trading it on your own, you might be selling it tonight. That is up to you. You'll have the ability to do it between now and Tuesday if you want, or you can wait till Tuesday's opening. But we will be reversing gold. We are already short silver, which is now below the key 20 support. Gold actually on Friday got below 1,800 and it did close above it, but it looks pretty nasty. Okay. Again, long term, I'd be investing in gold. I'd be buying physical. I'm not buying, I wouldn't buy paper for investment. I would buy physical for investing that I'm going to hold on to. And platinum, which we don't trade anymore, but we would be short. It's under 900 now, which is disgusting. Copper markets, they're getting clocked, which we're still short, right? I mean, copper is at 360, and it was flying higher, and now we see constant pressure. We remain short. The bonds and the notes are unfortunately going to force us to reverse. And again, you can do that between now and Sunday. We've made a lot of money on the downside, and I'm really sorry that we have to reverse them. Okay. But that is a trend. But overall, interest rates are going higher. Bonds and notes are going lower. What's driving them right now? I don't know. Is it fear? Who knows? In the meantime, it has triggered a reversal. So again, between now and Tuesday, they'll be reversed and we'll be long the notes and the bonds. Crude oil, we're still short. Had a flat week. But again, I think crude's going a lot higher. I will give you always give you my opinion, but the trend is still down, so I'm not going to fight it. In the natural gas market, we can remain short, and it continues to get hammered. Had another down week this week. So the grain markets, corn, wheat, and beans, we're short them all, and I really want to be long them all, but I'm short them all. And of course, we do have some deflationary fears here. They're getting hammered. Okay, they're under a lot of pressure. The WASI report was somewhat bullish, and they're still getting hammered. Now, again, I don't play news, but that would just be someone looking for how can that be? Well, because they already priced it in. But in the meantime, we're still short across the board, and they are under some pretty heavy pressure. I'd expect that to stop at one of these points. I would expect to see some major turn, but we're hedged, so it's all good by us. In the protein complex, we remain the same: long cattle, short hogs. But I think, as I've said on RFD all week, I think they're all pretty much fairly priced. And what that means, I don't know how much higher that cattle is going to go, and I don't know if it's going to go lower. Again, we're long, so the trend is higher, but we are at really extreme levels. So I would suspect that they'll probably hang here, and we'll see. There's a probably higher probability that they're going to break. And I think hogs are kind of in a big range between, let's say, 100 and 110 or 105, 115. And again, it really comes down to the economy and the price of oil. But in the meantime, we are short hogs and long cattle. In the softs, bad week for the softs, which was a good week for us because we're short them all. All right, cotton got clobbered. Okay, back under $1. Okay, and we're short. Coffee, kind of a flat week. We did reverse in midweek, and we got hammered pretty good on Friday. Sugar got hammered, we're short. Cocoa got hammered, we're short. OJ rallied a little bit, and we're short OJ as well. But again, pretty much a market that is in some trouble. Again, I think the commodities are going to be the strong part. I think when the real selling starts in equities, I think the commodities will once again pick up. But in the meantime, again, the trend is a trend, and that's where we are. Okay, so we'll see where it goes from here. But there's a lot of reasons that markets could go lower. Okay, and certainly there's a big reason that equities are probably going a lot lower. And my projection remains 40 to 60%, and I think I've moved it to 50 to 70%. We'll see how it plays out, but we are in a bear market. And now we'll step out here for our final break here on Sunday, July the 3rd, Bubba's Bottom Line. We'll be right back with my commentary after the break. What's up, kids? Well, again, I'm not going to go through all the stuff, but just read the bottom and the sides. Capital Trading Group, our sponsors and our partners. Trade Your Brokerage, okay, in our high school program. Again, I vet everybody so I can offer my members something better, okay? I like to give you the opportunity of choice so that you can do better and save yourself some money while getting the best performance. Check them out. In the meantime, let's get back to Bubba's Bottom Line, and my commentary here on Sunday, July the 3rd. Welcome back, and here we are, and of course, it's time for my commentary, and of course, I got something to bitch about. But it is July 4th, or it's actually July 3rd, but tomorrow is July 4th. And of course, this is our Independence Day. And you have to ask yourself now, are we still independent? Okay, and I think that, first of all, you have to think about what's going on in this country, okay, as they continue to steal your freedom. All right. I opened up with one thing that President Trump had signed an executive order to give the power back to the people, and Biden immediately overturned it. Now, can't you tell that they don't want the people to have the power? Now, do you think that is right? Okay, is that the right direction that we want to be? Are you looking to be a Russia or a China, okay, or an England? All socialist or communistic nations? Or do you like your freedom? Do you like capitalism? Do you like the ability to create something that would make you a fortune and you wouldn't have to share it unless you chose to? Okay. Would you like the opportunity of making real money instead of being stipend out and letting the extremely wealthy stomp out their competition because nobody can compete once we get to that point? And that means that the ability to make more than whatever the government decides to give us is it. So it is Independence Day. And of course, salute a soldier. Say thank you if you see any. Because certainly they didn't, but our ancestors did fight for us. And of course, we're still fighting today. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to give up my freedom. I am tired of the stripping of our human rights and the things that we should have. Okay. And I'm tired of the power that the federal government has, because I do believe it should go back to what the Constitution says, which is city, county, state, and the federal government should be an overseer, and enough of them stealing our money and our freedom. This is Bubba's Bottom Line. Happy Independence Day. Happy July 4th, everybody. To all my military people, I thank you. I can't thank you enough. And in the meantime, have a great holiday. Enjoy yourself. And remember, it's about freedom. That's what this country was built on. You want to keep it, or you want to continue to get it taken away? Bubba's Bottom Line, Sunday, July the 3rd. Happy Independence Day, everybody. Thank you so much. We'll see you later.